Hello. So I had some free time and I could not stop thinking about that picture and I want to get more done. So let's see what we can get out. Just a quick reminder, as always, the gift is still for sale and that auction is going to Valley Children's Hospital this holiday season. So if you'd like to participate in that auction or just donate to them directly, the links to both will be in the description of this video. Well, without any further ado, let's get painting, huh? Well, welcome back. In my quest to get the perfect camera angle, we are slightly closer to the paper. I'd really like you guys to be able to get as much detail as possible. So, where did we leave off earlier? Pikachu. And I think I will do some more shading just to get warmed up before... I want to do the sidewalk right now, but I'll work our way up to that. It's one of those times, like I got those little curvy lines to go with the curve of the hat. Do a little Raichu with him. I'm actually going to do like cross hatching kind of. And that's because a lot of times, I don't know if you ever touched some of the kind of clothing he has on, but it has like a very certain weave to it. And I don't really think too many people will really be able to see or pick up on it, but I think it'll be more consistent and it'll be a little more distinct. And then again, I can curve it to go around his frame, give him a little more proportion, make him stand out. Okay, I feel pretty warmed up now. Let me use this hat a little bit more. It's like the thing, do I want to start on their glasses? I think I might. At least put the inference lines. Like I said, the camera, the light's coming from like right here, so I'm trying to kind of make their eyes reflect that. I'm going to come back in here with those watercolors in a minute. Really sure up some of these lines. And if I overdo these a little, I can always come back and add the white shine with the acrylic. See how I'm just doing little circles, kind of branching back. Trying to get a nice blend. Really like that. Trusty watercolor markers. I always had trouble picking out the black from the gray. And he had the tips up. Okay. Oh man, this is going to be nerve-wracking. I like it, but I think I'm going to have to add a little more shading to it. I'm going to have to let those dry a bit more before I do anything. Try not to cross into it too much because, well, one, the paper's wet, and these are a lot harder. I don't want to damage it. I'm also trying to go a bit in a circle. I really like how that looks. But I need to come over here and do it a bit because I did do these dark corners. That's what's going to give it that 3D lensy effect. Okay, I'm really liking how this is turning out. See how I'm picking it up is to make it look kind of like spottier, like more foggier and faded. Well, I really love those. Might not have to add anything to them. I'm going to touch his hat up a little bit while I'm here. There we go. Okay, enough stalling. Let us get to I'm sorry, I'm very sleepy. Let us get to the sidewalk. Master won't let us sleep till we finish the painting, he won't. So what I'm going to do is I want to go from out and slowly try to radiate in, especially from these cracks. Like I said, I want to make it look grimy. I'm seeing some yellow spots here and here. I don't know where those came from. That must have been like a little on my hand, and I'm just going to try to clean this up a bit. Also, I'm trying to remove maybe some pencil marks I may have forgotten. Any suspicious lines. And some of the pencil marks from my border. Okay. I really wasn't liking the color of that Pikachu the other day. And when I seen it the next day, I liked it. And I'm seeing why again. When the light, like it glares off it at an angle, it looks completely different. As long as I don't look at it at an extreme angle, at an extreme glare, I guess. So I'm just getting some water on the side. I'm kind of moving the paint over there. That's going to give me a really light gray. I'm going to practice over here. That looks about like what I think I'm going to need. I don't have a lot, so I'm just going to kind of go in there. Hear my neighbor's dog? You actually hear the echo. He is more than a half-mile away. That's how quiet it is out here. It's lovely. For me at least, I don't do well with loud noises. That looks alright. You don't want to keep going back over it too much. You don't want it to get rough. I've kind of noticed that I'll say things like, oh, the paper's getting velvety, it's getting worn a bit more, and you really can't see that on camera. So, I don't know, I guess I'll pick it up next time or something. See how, like, even when my pen's almost worn out, I'm going back in those areas. I'm just trying to wear it in. Just kind of right here how it's not spreading. I can go get some extra water, come back. It's gonna make it light, but I'll go back and add some more grittiness. It kind of has a nice spotty look to it right now. Tell you what I'm liking, what I'm not liking. I'm also going to try to make some like little effects on the sidewalk, maybe like some like little wads of gum and whatnot. That'll probably be my warm-up, is adding little sidewalk elements. So you see how I got too much saturated paint right there? I add more water and I pull off. I'll get quite a bit of color out of that now. At least I got my pen how I wanted it and it didn't get on my main picture. So I messed up here putting these paint splotches. That's definitely something you want to add later. Just because it's like now I'm afraid to go up to them because it's going to run. I'm afraid of it looking a little gritty because, well, it's on a sidewalk. Street life. By the way, I am a man of passions, and one thing I really enjoy is cooking. I'm going to make one of my favorite recipes, hopefully tomorrow. It really depends how I feel. And it's, I don't know if you ever heard of a Barack. B-Rock. Not sure how to pronounce it. I pronounce it Brock, like, the guy from Pokemon. But what traditionally is a dough that's stuffed with hamburger, sauerkraut, ginger, a few other things. The thing is, though, what I do is I make a potato dumpling dough. And I put it in that, and I fry it, and, it's delicious. I don't know, I mean, like, I trouble with a lot of things, so a video that might not necessarily be top of my list, but yeah, I could at least try to make a short, I guess. It'd be kind of weird for people, though. They click on that short and they come to the channel and they're like, hey, did you like those? Yeah, here's me painting. See, I'm not really going over the line because, well, it's like how I said, you get those lines where you gotta work so they don't bleed into each other. It's easier to separate it with my hard line. Usually because realistically, it's two different pieces of concrete. And two pieces of concrete are never necessarily the same. Has anyone out there ever been to Mexico? When I went to Mexico, I found out, like, businesses, they're each individually responsible for the sidewalk in front of their street. So what you'll get is, like, every, like, so many feet, usually about 10 feet, the sidewalk would completely change. Because people are paying to have it done. Sometimes at different times, even. Some people would open up a store and just redo the sidewalk outside of it. Yeah, the thing for me, where I live, going to Mexico, the thing I noticed is wasn't too different than where I live. A nice trip, though. Of course, before you travel anywhere, you should always consult to see what's safe, what's not safe, what to do. Because I'm basing things, like, I'm talking about something I did when I was, like, 14. That was more than 15 years ago, the other thing I remember is they had this flag. It was the biggest flag I ever seen. I swear it was like a football field. And when I'm standing there looking at it, like, my cabbie, who was also, like, kind of our tour guide. Cabbies, they want to make money. He said, the last one we had was even bigger, but it was so heavy it started ripping, so we had to downsize. And that always stuck with me. So, I got my sidewalk done. And now I feel empty inside. Now, I really want to darken it more, but the thing is, it's kind of dry. Like I say that, but the more I let it dry, the better it's going to be. So I'm just going to avoid paint for now. I still want to draw, though, for a bit. Yeah, it's only been about 20 minutes, so I'm going to do some color pencils, touch up some colors. I'm going to start with Rousey, probably. Oh, but look what's right on top. Harvest Gold. And you know who would benefit from a little Harvest Gold? That's right. 2. Oh, yeah. I'm just doing really light circles and trying to blend it best I can. And also kind of going around the hip so it does create the illusion of depth. Same with the belly. Like, I'm trying to work with these lines here. I always wonder, some of the stuff I say just sounds like nonsense to some people, and then like a few people who draw. I'm kind of curious you'll like these, because I've seen people who don't draw like to watch people draw, but I think they like the really fast TikToks. Again, this is a very intimate process for me, and that's not how my brain works on Chinese scams. I honestly don't even know how I'd edit one of these into a TikTok. Well, I mean, I know, but I'm just like... I think what would be best, I guess, would take all the videos, but the thing, they wouldn't come click on this, they'd just wait for more TikToks. Freaking hours of video compressed into a minute. Well, so look at the difference in his legs and his face. Completely different colors. So, start this big, beautiful face. A boy here. A big, beautiful boy. And I'm actually trying to avoid the middle of the face because I'm like kind of gonna use that for my light spot. I'm gonna go over him again with a normal yellow. Especially like in those cheeks and a brown. I think that's good for him. So I'm gonna put my Harvest Gold to the side. I'm gonna get normal yellow. See, these both say lemon yellow and they both look like a different green. Oh, bronze yellow. What's that look like? Super dark. That would have been good earlier. Light brown. Here we go. Nice light brown. It might be a little too light for my liking. So I'm just going to try to lightly erase it. I don't want to take away too much. Light brown. Get out of town. Normal brown. There we go. A little more what I want. At least I didn't have to repaint it. I mean, like, worst comes to worst, you can always do that. But who wants to? Completely repaint something. try to bring out those shapes. No, as long as I'm here. Okay, I'm really loving Raichu right now. I mean, just like, look at him compared to everyone else. He's just a little more like, pop. Alright, I finally found normal yellow. I'm going to sharpen it up real quick. Okay. Start in the ear. Okay. Because we don't necessarily know the shape of Raichu's ear, but we can assume, and I assume it curves. Bunch of stank ass bitches. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why I randomly say stuff sometimes. It's been a problem my entire life. It's got me in trouble sometimes. I also have this issue, I kind of like, if I'm talking to someone, I kind of imitate how they speak. And I'm not aware I'm doing it, really, until I'm doing it. And I've gotten people mad at me because, like, I've called into restaurants or whatnot, and they had a thick accent, or a call center to get help, and they hung up on me because they thought I was making fun of them, and I felt super awkward. Especially when it was food, because then I had to call back still to get my food, and I had to, like, yeah, I'm a different guy. No, I think they knew. Like, just tip more. That looks really good. There we go. And I'm really liking my Raichu. Pikachu, I guess I could use a little attention. His ears get touched up too. Oh, there's Cows' mooing. Hands really need it. It also helps you buy or bust some of the crusty paint sometimes off of the lines, the ink lines. And like here with the cheeks, it makes it a lot easier for me to shore up the lines up to them without like saturating them or having my colors bleed. That looks really good. Some spots, so like here, here. I want to just darken up a little bit. Okay. So we can give Psyduck a little love. I'm gonna try to find a different color for his feet. I don't think I have a lighter yellow though. Ladies and gentlemen, upon further investigation, I found sand. I have some yellow here, so I'm going to investigate how sand interacts with it. Not bad. And I can use it for what I want, which is to infer shape. Okay. Let's get some yellow. Do I want yellow for him or do I want harvest gold? See how the harvest gold looks on it. A lot better than yellow. He's going to get some really light harvest gold accents. Try to curve up his head. Yeah, there's like just, it was a little more white under his beak, and I just kind of blended it. I think he just looks a lot more mellow. Now, let's get some book. I want to kind of like darken this thing up a bit. Just a little bit, just to give it some depth. Oh, by the way, in case you were wondering what Pokemon I did, it was Diglett. Randomly, because I was like, first Pokemon, I was thinking back to that. So everything's done except my Drowsy. So I think I can touch up Drowsy. And I might start on some of the sidewalk details. I don't know how long I'm going to keep going with those because it take a while. I'm a sinner. Love tape yours, bro. Okay, now we get the brown. A little something else besides brown, though. I have dark brown somewhere. Try to find that next. Now I'm just trying to shore up some of my lines with this. Okay, let's try to find that dark brown real quick. Light brown. Dark brown. Okay, yeah, so yeah, this is going to be used really sparingly. This is going to be used for line accents and shadowing. You know, what I was surprised wasn't in the lone games like some sort of pig. Especially, who was that starter who's the fire pig? I didn't play that one as like black and white tur pig or whatever. He would have been a good one. I really like pork in Hawaii. Well, I really like the look to a lot of this now. I'm a little tired, but well, you know, it's already been 40 minutes. It might be less when I edit this down, but you know, I mean, I got a lot of my shadowing done. Hold on. This looks really light from up here. Give him just a little bit. Gold on the nose. There we go. So I think this is pretty good progression. So I guess tomorrow or whenever I guess for the next one what we'll do is I'll start adding some details to the sidewalk. Shadowing and whatnot to try to give it some shape and some textures and maybe like some loose bubble gum and whatnot. And that'll be my warm-up, and then we'll finally start to transpose the back on there. I'm wondering if I should start scheduling these. But, oh man, I'm excited. You know, this is actually coming along a lot further, or a lot quicker than I thought. I hope you've been excited too. Make sure to let me know what you think, and I hope to see you back here for the next one. Until then, stay safe.